We're here live on your number one station for adult contemporary R&B, Hot 92.3. This is the Inspirational Love Hour. And listen, I got my main man, my brother from another mother, my guy, you know what I'm saying? Listen, my man, we've been talking about this for a long time. We've been talking about it, and we finally going to make it happen. My fellow breather, amongst other things, man. Right. My man GeGe is in the building.
What's up?
Brother, I'm glad you're able to make it today, man.
Thank you for having me.
Man, I'm so happy you're here today, man. We're going to have some good conversation, man. And I'm going to tell you, we got, this guy is licensed mental health therapist,
yes,
right? Mentor. He is a fashion designer.
Yes.
He is a prayer warrior. Listen, we ain't going to leave that out. We ain't going to leave that out. And he don't know this, but I said this on the post. He's a comedian too. This guy right here, he can hang with the best of them, and sometimes he ain't even trying. I'm telling y'all what he be doing, man. So, brother, I appreciate you coming in with us, man. And we're gonna have a good time, man. But I do my show like this. We start off like this every single time. Father God, I pray you bless every listener tuning in. I pray that this show helps jumpstart their week. That this week brings good news, overflow, peace in their home, joy in their spirit, love in their hearts. I thank you in advance, and it's already done in your son Jesus' name I pray. Amen and amen. So another thing that we do, GeGe, is we do our affirmations, right? I do an affirmation for just the people to speak life, right, and what they're doing. And so it goes something like this. Y'all out there in radio land, repeat after me. Great things are meant to happen.
Great things are meant to happen to me.
My life is amazing.
My life is amazing.
I can achieve any goal I set.
I can achieve any goal I set.
The grace to be wealthy is on my life.
The grace to be wealthy is on my life.
The grace to be healthy is on my life.
The grace to be healthy is on my life.
This will be the best week ever.
This will be the best week ever.
That's good. That's how we start our weeks off, man. So that's what's okay. So let's tap into it, bro. Let's we're gonna save the comedy for a little bit later. We're gonna get into that later. GeGe already laughing. He ready for it, boy. I'm telling you. But so we gonna get right into it, man. Tell us a little bit about yourself, man. How did you get to Atlanta?
Well, first of all, I was living in this is state number 7.
Wow. Okay.
States,
okay.
And I was living in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Okay.
For about 4.5 years.
Okay.
My brother and I sat down and talked right before my mom passed away, and decided to just have a problem with close to the family.
Okay.
So that brought me to Atlanta.
Okay.
Not my favorite space, but
yeah. Okay. So that'll work, man. So you're here in Atlanta, you're doing your thing, man. So tell us a little bit where you come from, because when I got to talking, I'm like, wait, you from where? And you know what I'm saying? Your nationality and all this. I'm like, this guy right here, man. So tell people a little bit about you.
British born, Jamaican parents, and I've lived in 2 different continents, probably about 5 different countries.
Okay.
My mom and dad. My mom was a traveling nurse before traveling nurse was a thing.
Okay.
My dad works for import-export for a bauxite company in Jamaica.
Got you.
And that led us to move to Trinidad, Panama City, and then living in Grand Canyon for 6 years, and then migrated to the United States.
Got you. So what part of Jamaica is the family?
So it's a little borough, or what they call a parish called St. Catherine.
Okay.
So it's like I'm a country boy with a city boy mentality.
Oh, gotcha.
That makes sense.
Gotcha.
I like my peace and quiet, but every now and then you gotta step out and have fun. I like the people watch.
Yeah.
It's interesting to see how people live their lives. So
okay.
That's, as a student of not only psychology but life, it's important to study people.
Yeah.
So that you can offer guidance. Most times they don't even see what they're doing.
Yeah.
Because we do it, naturally.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And by the time somebody comes by and say, hey, you do so and so, you're almost in denial.
Got you.
Until you figure it out.
Got you.
So that's part of who I am, well, basically what I do, not who I am.
Okay.
So overall, man, I'm just a student of life, bro. And that brought me to psychology. I was in IT for 25 years. I'm still in IT.
Wow.
Yeah,
okay.
I was in IT. And when I started out of high school into this company, they hired me, sent me back to school for computer information systems, and I took one class that changed the trajectory of my life. It's called critical thinking.
Huh.
And that one class, it was taught by an atheist.
Really?
Yes. And he said, I'm going to take the opening statement when he opened the class. He said, I'm going to challenge everything you believe. So be prepared to be uncomfortable. And I was like, oh, this is going to be good. Because, you know, I'm a church boy. So
Yeah.
you say I'm going to challenge everything you believe. I'm like,
oh, here we go.
Let's see where we go.
Here goes the
Right.
Yeah.
So that class changed the trajectory. My entire syllabus for the entire 4 years I've been in college, I changed it up to match the psychology role of studying counseling, leadership development, and adolescent counseling. Because I believe that everybody needs a compass.
Yeah.
Everybody needs a compass.
Yeah.
And one of my mentors, Bishop Jakes, is always telling us, you know, mentorship is not necessarily conclusive in one person. It's a collective of individuals that you pull from that helps to steer you in the way that you're supposed to be going, as per your predestination or as you're designed by God. So everything, you know, I pull a little bit from you, a little bit from somebody else.
Yeah.
It helps to make you the person that you should be becoming and become.
Wow.
So it's not about just one person. It's something about that just kind of pulled me into an area of life where I wanted to help people. I wanted to, because most of the, let's say like the older people, specifically men are imitators.
Okay.
Women are information based. So when your dad,
so what do you mean there by we're imitating?
So your dad also come in, well, let me show you how to fish.
Got you.
Imitate.
Got you.
So
Okay.
do what I do.
Okay.
Mirror me.
Okay.
But I don't know why I'm doing what you're doing. That's where the women come in. They're information based because they're being taught by another woman how to cook this, and you put the salt in.
Yeah.
Why you put the salt in? To give it flavor.
Ah.
As opposed to a man teaching a boy how to do it, and you say this is how you do
So
it.
he's got told how to.
No questions asked. Just
Gotcha.
follow what I do.
Okay.
Right. So I believe in being informative in relationships, in any relationships for that matter. And I also believe that, like I said, everybody needs a compass. If you don't have a compass in life, and most people say, "Oh, I don't have a compass. I grew up, you know, this way, or God is leading me." Yeah, but what you don't know is that God uses people.
That's right.
So it doesn't matter. There's nobody that's a self-millionaire, self-made this, none of that. You got here through the help of somebody planting something, doing something, helping you to achieve something. So that's pretty much what, you know, the core of who I am is about, helping and building people and making sure you understand. And then one of the most important lessons I learned in being a mentor or a counselor, I can't take the journey for you. So I've learned to back away. What you do with that information is you.
So you give it information.
If you really want to do it,
you got to do the work. That's right.
But most people don't like that. Most people like you to do the work for them.
Hold their hand the whole way.
This is your future. Right? So I've learned to back away, and I've seen the benefits of that as well.
Wow. So let's backtrack a little bit about the teacher that was the atheist. Right. So in that, because this is always interesting to me, right? For a couple different reasons. One reason it's interesting to me is I feel like people are always trying to challenge Christianity. Always, right? So there has to be some truth to it if you always want to challenge it.
This is the way I see it.
Okay.
And this is what I presented to him. You're an atheist, but you believe in something.
That's right.
He said he believed in the universe. Now, scripturally speaking, or theologically speaking, God is omnipresent. So, in essence, you may believe in the universe, you're believing in a part of who God is.
That's right.
So, it doesn't matter if people say, I don't believe in God, I don't believe in God, I don't believe in God. They believe in something. That something is always tied to a deity. And the deity is God. So, they can't get away from it. It doesn't matter what people say, they can't get away from it. I don't believe in God is a premise that was taught. Like you teach hate, you teach love.
That's right.
You teach, you know, violence. It's a premise that was taught.
Or it could be something where you've lost your faith along the way because of some type of trauma or something.
Losing your faith has nothing to do with believing in God or not.
Okay.
Losing your faith means something you expected via your expectation from God did not manifest in your life. So now you don't believe that there is a God because you didn't get what you wanted.
That's right.
Right? But it doesn't say that there isn't a God. Because later on in life, as you grow, your beliefs change. How you think change.
That's right.
How you look at things change. Right? So later on in life, you run into another situation where you didn't have faith for it to come into your life, but it happened anyway. That's what you needed, not what you wanted.
That's good.
So now all of a sudden you believe it. So it's all about losing faith. From my perspective, is about an experience. It's about a human expectation. And I'll tell you this: There's a scripture that says, God is not a man that he should lie, nor the son of man that he should repent.
Yeah.
And I held on to that scripture based on promises that have been made through prayer, through a certain situation.
Yeah.
It didn't happen for me. And I invested time and money and effort and prayer. It didn't happen for me.
Wow.
My expectations, all that, it didn't happen. I went through the rigorous journey of doing what was necessary to get it, and I said, God, I've done it. I'm here now. What are we going to do?
Yeah.
It didn't happen for me.
Wow.
And I lost my faith.
Wow.
I lost my belief in that moment.
Wow.
I literally was praying to God and say, you embarrassed me. I
Wow.
was telling people about you
Yeah.
and this experience and
And
how
you
things
didn't
had gone.
feel like you didn't come through
We
that
got to the edge of completing the project.
Wow.
Fell through.
Wow.
So it's about a circumstance, a season, a situation. It doesn't mean that I don't believe in God.
Yeah.
It just simply means that based on my expectations, it didn't happen when I
In
wanted
that
it to
moment.
happen.
Wow.
But if you really are patient enough and you do believe in God like you say you do, just walk through the journey. Just go through it. And you'll see how God is strategically setting you up. Because most times when you ask God for something and you didn't get it, you're not ready to receive it. Because He gifts you according to your faith.
That's right. That's right. 100%.
But your faith might be, some people say, oh, I believe. Do you really? Because belief is tied to responsibility.
Yes.
And so is faith.
Yep.
So if you weren't ready for it, that means you're not ready to be accountable for it.
For what's God's going to give to you.
Yeah.
And then a lot of people, man, they don't want to put that work in, man, because you know how they say, as the body, plus the spirit is dead. Faith without works is dead also.
One of the craziest things I've experienced in churchology is about faith without works is dead.
Yeah.
I have faith that it's going to happen, but I won't do the work.
Don't want to do anything.
I'm ready for when it happens.
Yeah. Yeah.
So then it actually meets you and bypasses you because you weren't ready for it.
Wow. That's deep.
That's called seasons.
Yeah.
The issue with mankind and how we think is that we're separating ourselves from nature.
Yeah.
And the reality is we are part of nature.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everything grass withering, we get older.
That's right.
That's it.
Yep.
That's how it works, right?
Everything has a season.
If you're not ready for what God has in store for you, the season will come and go until you're ready. But He will not God will not trust you with a certain kind of blessing if you're not a certain kind of person.
Wow. That's true.
And that's
because sometimes it can hurt you. He give you something you're ready for.
You. And you'll destroy it.
Yeah.
You'll literally destroy it because you're not ready.
So even some possibly even the mission that you were supposed to fulfill from that blessing that would have been for you, you're not going to do what you need to do in that time.
Simply put, anything misused is abused.
Wow. This guy's talking good.
So at the end of the day, you can't. If I give you $1 million, that's why they say 80% of the people who win the lotto end up being poor.
Yep.
Within 2 years.
Yep.
Because number one, you got it, but you weren't ready for it.
Yep.
Right? That's why it's called a lotto.
Yeah.
Right? It's a quick pick issue. Like, out of billions of people, you won it.
Won.
Right? So the question is, are you ready for what God has in store for you in the next season of your life?
Listen, we're going to be right back here. Our number one station for Dr. Tipper. We got the right man. We got the new song, Black Man. Gerald, Lil Gerald, Dion Kipping and your boy.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go. Okay, check it. We back here in your number one station for Dr. Tipper R&B, Hot 92.3. This is the Inspirational Love Hour. Listen, I got my main man, GeGe, on the show with me. And he talking some stuff, y'all. So listen, I had to shorten the commercial break because what I didn't want to happen is I didn't want y'all to miss out on, because we're trying to help somebody today, man. We're trying to help somebody today. And so the topic that we was going to touch on, but we're going to go and touch on this thing, is does she even like you, bro? Or does he even like you, sis? So we're going to jump into that. So GeGe, you was saying something about the who or the what. Give the people what you was talking about.
That's an interesting point of view, because here's the thing about it. Most people enter into a relationship with the what first.
Yeah.
What they see, what they like, what they don't like, what they are, what they're not.
Yep.
You know, and then they're introduced to the who, and this is where the it didn't work out for me comes
Yeah.
For me, I specifically am dating with the intent to see who you are. So most times who you are is tested by circumstances.
Got you. Okay.
I believe truthfully that relationships are not entered into for relationships. We want to enter relationships and not partnerships. Right? And here's the problem with that. If I'm in a relationship with you and I'm not partnering, somebody's going to get burnt out.
That's right. 100%.
And when that person gets burnt out, the other party who has not been invested in is going to look at the relationship and going, I don't understand, you've been acting weirdly.
Yeah.
Right? But what they didn't pay attention to is that I gave you my all.
That's right.
And I'm at the point where I've depleted my all.
That's
and
right.
it may even go into your selflessness.
Yeah.
Which is why you're now becoming selfish.
Yeah.
Because you feel it. And it's human nature.
So what about this? What about you haven't depleted your all, but you realize you ain't even meet me halfway?
So
you start pulling back a little
That's
bit.
what loving yourself is all about.
Exactly.
Is understanding how much of yourself do you invest in a relationship to make it a partnership. Right? But if you understand partnership on a whole, it's defined, it's self-defined. Partnership to work with.
Got you.
Coming to agreement with.
Got you.
Right?
Got
And
you.
that's how you form relationships.
Yeah.
Alright, let me put you on this. If you spend 8 hours a day working with somebody, you build a connection.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah.
Eventually, that connection can go, let's hang out after work.
Yeah.
Hanging out after work goes into let me drive you home, let me walk you home. Next thing you know, you're in a relationship with somebody.
Yeah.
And you got a wife at home.
That's right.
Right? The reason for that is you invested time building that connection.
100%.
That's partnership, not relationship.
Yeah.
That's a big difference.
Got
Right?
you.
Relationships is more about relatability. But you can't actually access relatability until you partner with somebody.
Wow.
Because I can't relate if I don't know you.
Exactly.
Right? I don't know you when you're burnt out.
Yep.
I can't relate.
Yep.
So when you do get burnt out, I'm like, what's going on?
Exactly.
Shifted.
Yeah.
That's because I can't relate.
That's right.
Right?
Because
And we're not in a partnership.
That's right.
Because you would actually see the trend of them being burnt out and say, listen, stop, I got it. Right?
Yep.
Rest, I got it. You've done enough, I got it.
Yep.
That's partnership.
That's partnership.
And that's relationship.
That's
when
right.
you get to that point. If you decide, hey, I don't want to give so much because, hey, I realize you're not giving as much, that's a fair assessment.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? But you cannot, one of the number one things, it's a red flag on both parties, right? We give excuses to red flags, make them green, and then we suffer the consequences. I don't date like that. If I see a red flag,
Hang on. Say it again. What do we do with the red flags?
we
Come on,
give
run that back.
excuses.
We give excuses
For the red
flag and
that
make
they are
it green. Wow.
And we keep going.
Not even yellow.
No. We give it a go. And we're uncomfortable with the decision.
That's right.
Make enough of those decisions and you'll begin to hate anybody and everybody that you're trying to date.
Yeah.
You'll start resenting them.
Yeah.
But the reality of it is, it's not the person that's to blame. It's you.
Yeah. You should have got out of it a long time ago.
And most of us don't. As men, most of us don't. And we do what we call settle. And most people, in fact, are in relationships based on, they're tied to obligations, not people. So take out the trash. I love you.
Yeah.
Buy me a car. I love you.
Yeah.
Husband, boyfriend, but never you.
Wow.
That's the
deep.
what. And most people don't even know that they're doing it.
Yeah.
Like, by the time you encounter somebody loving you for you, it's very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Because everybody else that's loved you has loved
Then
you
you loved you the wrong way.
They love what you are.
What you are. Yes.
That's it.
Yep.
But by the time they get to the you, it's uncomfortable because you're like, wait a minute, what are you doing?
Yeah.
I've never seen you do that before.
Yep.
Let me
Yep.
try to show. You're touching me.
Yeah.
But that's the problem. You're programming yourself to entertain people loving you for what?
That's good.
And you reciprocate likewise, so you'll keep buying the roses because they're finessing the what, not the who.
Not the who.
And if you don't believe that is true, if you really, really reflect and look at your relationship and how it's structured, who is giving the more? And or was it a partnership?
Yeah.
And when you had a moment as a man, did your partner identify the moment to the tune of, I got what you need?
Yeah.
Or were they finessing you to say, babe, you're better than this, you're this, you're that? It's too late to encourage me then.
Yeah, it's too late. I'm already broken down.
If you've ever been burnt out, burnt out people don't want to hear nothing you got to say.
They're going to rest.
But there's a way to catch it before you get there.
That's right.
By realizing that I'm a partner in this relationship.
Yep.
And I don't date, people say, oh, I want to see what you can bring to this table. Let me see your table.
That's right. That's good. What you got on your table?
That's what we're going to do.
Yeah.
Because my table is set.
That's
I
right.
want to know what's on your table.
That's right.
And then you take from each other's table to create the table.
That's good.
But outside, a lot of people don't come to the relationship with a table. They come to the relationship with wants and needs and expectations and desires.
Yeah.
And then when those don't happen, they're disappointed and call you outside your name.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you're a fool.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And any man that settles in a relationship and they're not fully fulfilled, which fulfillment can come, no man, no woman can make you happy.
No.
It's impossible.
You got to be happy yourself.
You got to be happy yourself.
That's right.
And it's the
100%.
same thing with fulfillment.
Mm.
You got to come. That's why, for me, having been married, I realized and learned number one thing. Before you get married, know who you are.
Mm.
And if you don't know who you are, figure it out.
Yeah.
Because you won't have time in the relationship.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's my number one advice in a relationship. Before you get into a relationship, a lot of times staying by yourself helps you to figure out who you are, what you like and don't like.
Yeah.
So when you're dating somebody that snores, you're like, yeah, we can't be together.
That ain't gonna work.
Buddy,
Yeah.
I need my sleep.
That's what you need.
And you gotta be honest with yourself.
Yeah.
So if you with that person snoring, you can't fault them.
Yeah.
You can't fault yourself.
Yeah. That's right. Because you stayed there.
That's it.
100%.
And we don't take accountability as the person who's broken
Yeah.
for participating in us getting broken.
Mm.
And that's the self-awareness.
Yeah.
You gotta participate in what you do to allow yourself to be broken. People don't have the power over you, but you allow them to do it.
Yeah.
You gave them an excuse for the red flag. You saw it and didn't say anything. Oh, I can live with that. No, you can't.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then they break you, and you're blaming them.
Yeah.
Most of the anger and resentment that people currently are having for past relationships
Mhm.
ain't got nothing to do with their ex.
That's right.
They mad, but they should be mad at themselves.
That's right.
Because I made the decision to entertain this relationship.
That's right.
And everything that it comes with, and now I'm broken. It's their fault. Everything ain't their fault.
No.
You allowed it.
And I'm a firm believer, man, of in the relationship that we choose, you have to choose wisely.
Yes.
And you also have to choose what in the capacity of what you need.
But let's talk about that.
Okay.
What does choose wisely mean to you?
I think choose wisely to me means
And please don't
if
use
there's
the word discernment because I'm gonna smack you up.
no, there ain't no discernment.
No, no.
I gotta hold this chair tight just in case. But I think choose wisely to me means there's certain things that are just a no-no.
Okay.
There's certain things that are just like a no-no in a relationship. There's certain things that are no-no even in your friendship. And
How do you determine that?
well, because I know things that how I am.
Okay.
So for instance, for me, right? If I'm dating a young lady, right, and I'm thinking something serious, I know even potentially being into possibly marriage or something serious, we have to be in business together, some way, some shape or form.
Partnership.
We have to be in some type of
I
partnership
hear that.
with business because if we're not, nothing else. I'm gonna be bored.
Right.
I know me.
Right.
'Cause my mind is all multiple businesses
Right.
doing the things I'm doing. So
you
in some
learned that
capacity, through experience.
of knowing who you are.
That's right.
You know who you connect with.
100%.
All of your friends are an extension of you.
Yes.
Everybody that you choose as a friend. I
Choices.
use best friend.
Yep.
I use you, my clothes. I use a friend.
Yeah.
Are you a friend or you not?
Yeah.
Every one of your friends that you choose to call your friend is an extension of you.
Yep.
They're also a reflection of you.
100%.
The reason I'm saying that is because they teach you and you teach them. You help each other.
That's right.
In growth.
Yep.
If your friend is a liar to you, that's not a friend.
That's true.
That's what you call Judas.
Yeah.
The first stage of Judas. Not the one when he repented and hung himself. That's come later. After they
The first part.
Yeah. The first
the kiss
part,
on the cheek.
That's what we want to talk about. We're talking about that part, right? Right.
Straight up.
So you learned that through experience, and that's a good place to be.
Yeah.
Because now you know if they're connecting with you and they don't have anything on their table, you can't facilitate that
I
relationship.
cannot.
That might be a one-night. God bless you.
Yeah.
Okay, bye.
Yeah.
Right? But it doesn't go any further than that.
Yeah.
And you have to, like you said, choose wisely. Know who you are, know what you're about, then make a decision as to know who you want to partner with.
That's right.
Right?
That's
and
right.
then you start the relationship because I believe partnership does breed relationship because it tells you I'm here to give to you just like you're here to give to me.
Yeah.
Relationships are reciprocal.
That's right. 100%.
It's not one way.
100%.
And
it has to be
the thing
reciprocal.
about it is, I may not do what you do, but I'm doing something to pour into you.
That part.
You're pouring
That
into
part.
me.
And
So-
so you don't got to do what I do, how I do it.
And that's
not what I'm
really
asking.
kind of a falsity to relationship.
Yeah.
Like, how come I pay all the bills and all this other stuff, but I cook and blah, blah, blah. You got to realize what each person brings to the partnership.
That's right.
So
That's right.
So that you don't come and run into discontent,
Mhm.
right? And you have a miserable household overall, and then you know, you're arguing all the time. This ain't gonna work because you haven't identified that. Okay, you bought the gas, I got the car.
Yeah.
Put it together,
and there we go.
Somewhere.
Let's go.
But if that's not how you look at it, and a lot of arguments are perceptive.
Yeah.
And that's hindsight. A lot of people go, "Yeah, I could have still been married to her."
Yeah.
Because you realize that argument was stupid.
It wasn't working. But by then you probably were so fed up.
It's growth.
It's
growth. You weren't there.
Yeah. In that moment, you was like, "I'm out of here."
That's why hindsight took you back there and go, "Dang, it wasn't that serious."
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Too late.
It's too late.
But it's not too late to learn from that situation.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't have to experience his story.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's the problem. Everybody don't know his story. They haven't paid attention enough. That's why you keep hanging with the same girl, same guy, doing the same things and going, "God, how can I always run into the same person?"
Man, that was going to be my next question to you.
Person.
So I've had people ask me multiple times, mostly some females,
Mm-hmm.
right? And they say, I keep choosing the wrong type of guy. I said, okay, number one, he that findeth the wife, findeth it. So you shouldn't be choosing anything.
Mm-hmm.
So then it comes down to what are you entertaining?
Right.
What type of man are you entertaining?
Right.
So it's like, if you say you keep getting the butthole, you keep getting somebody that does this.
Programming. You said, what type of man?
Uh-huh.
Not who. Listen to what you said. What type of man?
Got you.
The reason why most of us keep entertaining the same person in a different body.
In a different body.
A spirit in a different body.
Yeah.
Is because you haven't determined who you are.
Got you.
When a millionaire at a millionaire status takes longer to find a wife than a man who's poor.
Oh, for sure.
Because he is specific about who's joining me.
And he can afford to be.
And a poor man just be like, "It's anything. Any way you bless me, Lord, I'll be satisfied."
I'll take it.
No.
I'll take it.
No. You gotta be at a certain point. Any ambitious dude I know, all the ambitious men I know, have chosen to marry somebody who's has like ambition and is willing to pour into each other. They may not be in the same industry, but they're willing to pour into each other.
That's right.
And it works.
Yeah.
It works.
But you would need that. But so let me ask you, how do you feel about this? This is a good one. Because my thoughts are a little different, but that's fine. This is who I am. This is what it is. When a woman may say, "I want a man to take care of me." Okay. How do you feel about that?
You gotta take care of me.
Okay.
I don't have a problem taking care of you.
Yeah.
But can you take care of me?
Got you.
And most of them said, what does that entail?
Yeah, what's that look
I
like?
already know what your taking care of you look like.
Yeah.
But what does taking care of me look like? Because most women think it's sexual.
Yeah.
But it's way beyond that.
Uh-huh.
My theory is, if you want security, make me feel secure.
That's good. Yeah.
If you want somebody to cover you, cover me.
Uh-huh.
If you want somebody to have your back, have my back.
That's right.
But in order for
because if you make me feel like that, you can have the world. That's right. That's right.
You better find that the wife is on.
Uh-huh.
I often tell a story about Samson and Delilah
because
they say two positions of submission or submissiveness when it comes to a man is the man laying his head in the lap or man laying his head between the breasts of a woman. They find safety. Right?
Got you.
If I'm in that position to be safe with you, right?
Yeah.
Then why wouldn't I give you the world?
That's right. 100%. 100%. Yeah.
So the problem is, if you can't make me feel safe, then you're not in.
That's right.
I got obligation. You're my wife.
Yeah.
But you're not in.
That's not it.
That's why I've said before, I was doing a marriage seminar and I said to the women, they were all pastors' wives in there. I said, women give men permission to cheat on them when they stop being Delilah.
Wow.
So you gave the prostitute a job.
Wow.
You gave the whore a job.
Wow.
Simply because you didn't give me a safe place to lay my head.
Woo! You talking.
And the reality is, if you really want a man to be your man, start with his mind.
Yeah.
Because most people don't realize that men's sexuality, mainly how they perform in the bed, is based on how they think.
That's right.
So, comedian said,
Bluetooth.
You don't need that.
You don't need a Bluetooth if they get your mind right.
No. A comedian said, my thing is big to the woman that like me.
That's right.
And that's the truth. That's how men are wired.
That's right.
That's the honesty.
Yeah.
So if in fact if mentally I don't want to rush home to you, I'm gonna hang out with my boys.
That's right.
There's a problem.
There's a problem there.
You haven't created a safe space.
Yeah.
And a safe space is protected. Most women create the safe space and then they betray the man by using what was said in a safe space and blow
using
it
against
them. That's the part.
And you're gonna do that so many times.
And that's why most men will never give you all of who they are.
Yep. 100%.
They'll give you what you ask for.
That's good.
Husband and father.
Yep.
But they never give you what. And the thing is, most women don't realize it. Side chicks got the job because they safe space again.
Yeah, 100%.
And most times you don't realize all they want is that assurance.
Yep.
That I mean something to you outside of the roof I provide, the money I bring in, the cars that you drive, the safety that I provide. Just make me feel like there's more to me than what I bring in.
That's right. Than what I can pay for.
And I'm good.
Yeah.
You good too.
That's right.
But it doesn't happen like that in most. And some relationships take a turn after they've gone to counseling. A lot of times I spend a lot of times talking, like replaying the scenario physically, because I'm animated. So physically, I'll replay the scenario for them to see where they messed up at.
Yeah,
because you love this man, but you're feeding him out a paper plate.
Wow.
And he buying you Louis Vuitton.
Yeah.
How do you how does that
work?
Dollar store, the Louis store.
Yeah.
But how do you balance that?
You talking?
I've always had an issue with Father's Day.
Yeah.
Because we'll shut down restaurants for mothers.
That's right.
And give fathers a macaroni plate that says "I love you" high in the south.
Yeah.
Aren't we that valuable enough to be celebrated?
We should be.
In the way that says, you know what, we appreciate that you provide a house, you provide money, you take care of the kids, you may not do the best of it. While they're dying, 30% of men die faster than women because of the burden we carry and we do it in silence.
Wow.
30%. So on top of brothers going to jail or doing whatever with their sexuality, the others are dying simply because of the stress that comes with the relationship, and they have no outlet. They don't know anybody.
And it's so crazy because I feel like. So do you feel like some of the women, they don't care, or are they just so dismissive of how much weight is on a man's back? Because
I've met two women. One of them in Chicago. And I'm so confident in who I am that I don't really bend or bow to certain things. I don't get flustered by shiny things. And I hung out with her for 2 years, Jay, and I promise you, bro, she made me nervous every time. So,
wow.
I'm talking about get the door, carry your bag, made me nervous every time.
Yeah.
Every Saturday morning I would drive 55 minutes. Breakfast is on the table.
Wow.
I went there just for the breakfast.
Wow.
Just to be around her.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah.
And I didn't pursue her because she was in a relationship.
Got you.
I'm a friend.
Yeah.
Right? So I don't mix the lines.
Got you.
Right? But we've had the conversation. And I said, if you weren't, I'll pursue it.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, she was that. She made me feel safe.
See? And that's what you want.
That's a different vibe.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's the same thing with men. We do all of that, make you feel safe, make you feel supported, we're there for you. And the reason why most men are not even trying to do that anymore is because they're observing other men being used, taken advantage of, broken. And so, bro, I can't go through that. And me and you homeboys, you see what I went through with my divorce. In your mind, subconsciously, you ain't trying to go through that.
You ain't trying to go through all that.
That's what's happening.
Especially if you was there from the beginning, you see she was a different way, and you see that end.
Switch up.
You be like, oh no.
That's my point.
You know what I'm saying?
That's my point.
You like, you got it.
And so that's why you need mentors. That's why you need people with wisdom to kind of guide you and steer you through that whole transition of recovering your heart, recovering your mind, so you understand, listen, part of what this was my fault.
Yeah.
I take responsibility for it.
Yeah.
The other part of it, that's not your part.
Yeah.
And sometimes you gotta just say, you know what, I didn't know how to choose.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to find.
Yeah. So how do you suggest that as men, right? Because let's talk to the men for a minute, and the women, they getting some out of this too. But how do you suggest that? So I say how I would choose, and I still wouldn't say I got 100% right, but there's certain prerequisites that are must, right?
Who are you? That's the first question.
Got you. Okay. So figure out who you are.
Who are you?
Okay.
That's the first thing you want to do.
Got you.
The second thing you want to do, without being too particular or meticulous, I call them, but people call them picky, right? Is do your best not to be arrogant and egotistical.
Got you.
Because most people mix up I love myself with ego and being very, very much so prideful, right? Arrogant.
Yeah.
Right? You have to know when. The thing about knowing how to choose is when she walked in the room, you knew.
Got you. That's good.
There's something about this woman that gave me the I know. Right? In conversation, she's not trying to rush it.
Yeah.
You might be, but she's not trying to rush it.
Yeah, that's
and
good.
if you go too fast, she'll drop you like a hot. But if you go at the right speed, you'll figure out she has something to offer.
That's good.
And she knows how to give it to you sparingly.
That's good.
Because she herself knows who she is.
That's good.
If you know the power of being DJ Shade, you don't play with that.
Yeah,
that's how a good woman is.
That's good.
She knows the power of being her.
Yep.
She ain't gonna play with it.
She ain't playing with it.
And when she comes into somebody that knows, okay, this one ain't, you don't play with this.
Yeah.
You got this.
Yep. And I think that combo together with when you have a woman that's like that and a man that's like that, that's that power couple situation.
That's how you get power.
That's how you get
partnership. Everybody want to be Jay-Z and Beyonce, but don't nobody want to pay the price to get that.
100%.
Right?
No,
and I use this analogy on how to choose. I shop a lot, so this is the analogy I use. You're going to the Tiffany store to buy a diamond, the most rarest of them all. There's three kind of shoppers. There's a window shopper that will walk past and be looking at it and go, oh, that's nice and pretty.
Yeah.
And have imaginations and dreams about it. They're never going to the store.
Wow.
Then there's the middle shopper. Shopper number 2 will go into the store to look.
Yeah.
Right? Sees the diamond, tries on the diamond, looks at the diamond, but is so connected to who they are. Their self-awareness says, you know, if you buy that, you won't be able to maintain it.
Wow.
Walk away.
Wow.
They walk away.
Yeah.
But the third shopper comes in and sees the diamond and says, how much is that? Here's my card. They wrap it up, give it to him. He leaves and puts it in a very safe space. That's where you want to be in life. You want to know who you are enough to make good decisions.
That's good. That's good.
You don't want to be shopper number 1.
Yeah.
Shopper number 2 is also self-aware. You know, if I took that, if I get with this girl, I'm going to break her.
Yeah.
Because I'm not on her level.
Yeah.
And I'm not thinking like that woman. She goes to work. She runs her own business. I work a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I don't know what she goes through.
Yeah.
Right? Not that it can't happen. But know your battles.
That's right.
She busy.
Yeah.
So you can't expect her to come home at 5 o'clock like you.
And doing all this. Yeah.
It's not gonna work.
That's not gonna work.
But that's you walking into that relationship. Your attraction was the fact that this woman is a go-getter.
Yeah.
She's a doer.
That's right.
Because you lazy.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah.
So at the end of the day, it ain't gonna work. But shopper number 3 knows the value of this woman that walks in.
Yeah.
And so he handles her as such.
Yeah.
And he knows my value. So guess what? She'll reciprocate it.
That's good.
I want to make sure.
That's good.
He'll protect her.
Yeah.
She'll protect him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because she finds safety in being in his arms. And he finds safety with holding on to her.
That's right. Yeah.
Choose wisely.
Yeah. Choose wisely.
That's
like that choice, man, I can't wait for this book to come out. I can't wait for this book to come out.
I get that all the time.
Listen, man, you give mine a run for the money, man. Listen. I thought I had some, because even in mine, man, the biggest thing that I talk about is just relationship seasons, right? So it's not just the romantic relationship, but just all relationships. They all have seasons, and the subtitle is we have seasons. Everybody has a season.
That's why the vow says till death do us part.
Yes.
So until you're dying, you're forever changing.
Yes.
But most people don't go into relationships thinking that.
That's right. And then
you ought to be the same at the beginning.
Yeah.
As you were at 16.
It's gonna be that ain't gonna happen. That ain't gonna happen. And then even in that, and I speak on assets, liabilities, and lessons to be learned. Right. So because even the liability can be a lesson to be learned.
It's a big lesson to
But you gotta let it go. Until you let it go, you don't really learn it.
The hardship again is in taking accountability for your contribution to it being a liability.
Yes. Yes.
The reason why people are challenged to let go of things is not pertaining to the next person. It's pertaining to your involvement in somebody hurting you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the forgiveness part is really not about them. You got to forgive yourself.
Forgive yourself. Realize the part you played.
That's it.
And forgive yourself.
And if you can do that, this liability won't sting like that.
That's good.
It won't affect you that much.
That's good. Man, you talking, man. Listen, yo, we about to be back here. We on the Inspirational Love Hour with GeGe, the relationship coach. He said, don't put that on you, huh? Listen, it's the Inspirational Love Hour here, your number one station for dog and tip R&B, Hot 92.3. Next up is the Williams Singers, a quartet singing. Let's get to it. Okay, we back here on your number one station for dog contemporary R&B, Hot 92.3. This is the Inspirational Love Hour. My man GeGe is here with me still. Listen, my brother been speaking some knowledge, talking on relationships, talking on men and women as well, and mental health, and we getting into it. And so GeGe, before we ain't got too much time left,
right.
So I want to dive into this fashion thing, man. How did you get into fashion? He ain't taking no clients. Listen, this guy right here, he does a different type of fashion, right? It's the upper echelon.
Right.
So, okay, give it to us, man. How did you get into that, and what do you do?
My grandmother was a seamstress.
Okay.
My mom was a seamstress.
Okay.
I learned how to do patterns from them.
Okay, dope.
And then in 1997, my mom bought a sewing machine at the yard sale for $25.
Wow.
And I took the sewing machine and decided to start making stuff from 1997 until now. I'm making something.
Wow.
But I believe fashion is not only evolutionary, it also appeals to your mental health. Because how you look is how you feel.
That's good.
So when people call me and say I'm depressed, the first thing I suggest is get up and take a shower.
Wow.
If you can get up and take a shower, you're not that depressed.
Yeah.
Put on some clean clothes, brush your teeth, and wash your face.
Yeah.
And then go for a walk.
Okay.
And I said, while you're walking, inhale and exhale, don't think about what got you in this position.
Wow.
And if you can do that today,
Yeah.
tomorrow's going to be easier. Do the
That's
same
good.
thing.
That's good.
Right?
That's good.
But when I got into fashion, it ties into psychology because a lot of the clients that I deal with, looking good is one thing because you can cover the ugliness of you.
Okay.
So you have to be careful when you talk about clothes and designing. Most people just wear clothes to cover the ugliness of you.
Yeah.
But in reality, if you really look at it, dressing a certain kind of way, looking good again, makes you feel good.
Yep, that's
so
right.
I invest in that.
Yep.
Right? I do a lot of clients as well that's trying to change who they are.
Change a look.
So I walk you through the mental aspect of it first.
Okay.
Which is the same thing they do when you're doing like a BBL or, those body changes when you have surgery. They assign you to a psychologist first.
Okay.
To make sure your mental health is in the
It's
right
okay.
place to accommodate this.
Got you.
Right?
Okay.
Because most people, when you lose weight that fast, your mind is not at the same rate as you're losing weight.
Yeah.
So your mind has to catch up. So they have to walk you through the process to make sure that you're not thinking fat.
Got you.
Or you're not thinking these different changes that you're making.
Yeah.
You're thinking differently.
Okay.
Because when you're in a position for so long, you don't know how to change those habits.
You don't know how to move that way. Yeah.
Fashion is the same way.
Wow.
So I really use fashion as a means to help people.
Okay.
To walk people through a journey of seeing themselves looking amazing in their future self.
Got you.
The people that have taken that challenge or taken that assignment or walk with me on that journey, I promise you, girl, it blows my mind.
It changes me.
Because you see them at one level and they're looking amazing right now. I don't have to do with their confidence. I don't have to do nothing with their confidence.
Yeah, because they're already there.
They're there.
Wow.
I had a woman, she was a size 24. Yeah, size 24. She's now a size 8.
That's a lot of fabric.
But when...
I'm just saying.
You're so retarded.
That's a lot of fabric.
But when
when
we started, she walked in and said she went to a designer and the designer said they don't make clothes for fat people.
Wow.
Quote unquote.
That's cold.
She was crying and in tears. Which means she was, not only she knew she was fat, you just broke her.
Yeah, you didn't remind her.
You didn't have to tell her.
That's seatbelt extenders. I don't need to bring that. I know where I'm is. Come on, man. We only got business. I got to throw it in there. We only got
Listen, don't get me started, bro. Right?
How you feel about pre-op? Drinking water and stuff for your pre-op.
I don't know.
Fashion.
I think you're wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't play with God. Don't play with God, bro. Don't play with God, right?
We say try Jesus.
Try Jesus.
Don't try me.
No. And she walked in, bro. I styled her for like 7.5 years, dude. She lost the weight, put her in something else that accommodates the weight loss, dude. Amazing. She went back to the designer. The designer didn't even recognize her.
Wow.
Wanted to work with her. She said no, because years ago
You told me.
you turned me away because I was too fat. You didn't know that God was going to get me to this point.
Wow.
And so that's how designing is. If you walk with the person through their journey, you have a long-term customer.
That's crazy.
Because you've helped that person to facilitate who they want to become. Your contribution has helped them to get to this point.
That's crazy.
That's what fashion is really all about. It's a journey.
Yeah.
And so if you take the journey, then everything else comes. The creativity is innate. Like, I can close my eyes, I dream, I eat fashion. Sometimes I have the fiscal resources to get what I need to make it happen, and sometimes I don't.
Yeah.
Sometimes as a fashion designer, you have to be creatively out of the box. You got to work with the resource you got to make it what it is. I'm grateful for the creativity that God has given to me, because somehow, some way, it seems to be more fashion forward. A lot of times I look at stuff on the runway from Valentino, Chanel, Louis Vuitton, and I see stuff and I'm like, I created the same thing.
Wow.
It's just not the same platform.
Yeah.
I created the same exact look.
thing. Wow.
I gave that look to those people.
Wow.
Right? And I have clients that will reach out to me and go, bro, you did that in 2017.
Wow.
Right? So I have it. The issue as being a local fashion designer is that most times we're ghost designers. So we design for these big names, but we don't get the recognition. That's one. And two, our stuff is picked for celebrities.
Yeah.
But when the celebrity wears it, we don't get the credit. So the idea is, after you purchase it, you really don't owe me anything. If you provide me with a picture and promo, it's a courtesy.
So then you gotta give it to him promo.
Boom.
Wow.
Or you pay for the picture.
Yeah.
Based on the photographer.
Yeah.
So for me, I don't mind. My mindset originally when I started, I wanted to make clothes for the middle class. The people who can't afford it.
Yeah.
And mainly not necessarily avoiding like what we call poor people, but people who are less fortunate, so to speak.
Gotcha.
So there are times when I give away pieces, I make them with the same effort, the same passion, the same meticulous eye, the same creativity, and I just give them away. And people are like, why would you do that? Listen, God determines how He blesses you. So it could be a speeding ticket that you got out of.
That's right. That's right.
It could be the fact that you didn't work one day, but you got paid for it.
That's right.
Blessings come in different forms.
That's right. All
so
the time.
I don't see it as, oh, I'm giving away my wealth. I just see it as I'm donating to what God has in store for me in my future self.
That's good.
And it's always come out on top, bro. And that's what fashion is for me. It is creativity, but it's also tied into helping people becoming themselves.
That's good.
So, yeah.
That's good. So listen, I got an oddball question for you.
Okay.
When you're in there doing your thing,
Right.
You designing, you in your zone.
Right.
What you listening to?
I'm not listening to anything. I'm actually watching. I normally just watch videos.
Really?
I watch documentaries from Andre Leon Talley, Valentino, Wagner Mishka, Michael Kors. I did. I forgot his name, but I watch documentaries because something about their stories inspired me, re-inspired me. And then the other thing is I like romance novels, romance movies, or action movies with an ending that really promotes growth.
Gotcha.
So I watch those things. I don't really listen to music.
You ain't on music.
I don't really listen to music. Or I'll be watching like a whole binging series of like Bishop Jakes preaching, hour-long preaching. Or I listen to inspirational videos.
Okay.
Like Will Smith. I forgot his name. They call him the preacher, the hip hop preacher.
E.T. I went to an event with him yesterday.
I listen to his stuff because some of the things they talk as a man.
Yeah.
He talks to you from being a man.
That's right.
So for me, it's like I pull from that and I'm listening to it and I apply it to certain aspects of my life. Sometimes I have an aha moment to where I gotta repent because, dude, I'm realizing, bro, you could have did better in that situation.
Wow.
Here's the aha. He just opened the door to give me a better understanding. Now I have to figure it out.
Yeah.
So that's what I listen to feed into my creativity.
That's good. That's good.
You know, it's nothing that has to do with fashion. I believe if your spirit is right, the greatest hits came out of a hurt person.
That's right. 100%.
And the most creative, ingenuitive creativity that hit the world came out from. If you don't believe me, ask Versace. right?
Wow.
Ask Alexander McQueen.
Yeah.
Ask Robin Williams, who's the greatest comedian.
Yeah.
They all committed suicide or were murdered.
Yep.
People who are creative suffer the most because we can't express our creativity to you. We do it through our art.
Yeah.
We have to offer people. So that's what fashion designing is all about for me. It's the creativity of it. I have something to offer, and what I have to offer, you don't have to accept it.
Yeah.
It's still mine, and it's still valuable. I'm just offering it to the wrong person.
Wow, that's good. That's good, man. Yeah. That fashion is something, man. It
is. It's questionable.
It's questionable. Yeah. It's. So how do you? Does it excite you, the state of fashion? Because you've been in it for a long time.
Yes.
So do you have a certain era that you're more?
I like the 1960s and 1930s. I'm a vintage guy.
Okay.
I'm into vintage looks because back then we didn't define fabric by gender.
Okay.
It wasn't about the gender determining the fabric.
Yeah.
It was just the fabric, wear the clothes, you define what this should look like.
Got you.
Right?
Got you.
Kilts are worn in Scotland.
Yeah.
In the U.S., we're ignorantly oblivious to the culture, so we call it a skirt.
Yeah.
Right? But it's actually a traditional garment that's worn during certain ceremonial events and or traditional events or through certain seasons in Scotland.
Yeah.
So that's why I encourage you to travel into the culture, because it opens your mind to not be so ignorant to a culture that says if it doesn't look like what we want it to look like, it's wrong or it's ugly, right? And then you diminish people's security. You make people very insecure about who they are because you just told them that what they got on is wrong.
Wow.
In 1998, skinny jeans were being worn in UK.
Wow. And over here we was baggy. 97, 98.
Not Jay-Z. What's his name?
Dame Dash?
No. Married to Kim Kardashian, trouble dude. Kanye wore the first skinny jeans in one of his videos.
Wow.
And it took on flight.
Wow.
But when skinny jeans were being worn in America, those men were defined by the jeans that they wore.
Wow.
So at the end of the day, now those straight men, so to speak, are the ones that are rocking skinny jeans more than the others.
See, I wear them, they got some stretch to them though.
But that was 19-something in the UK.
Yeah.
American culture is literally 5 years far from what fashion evolves into.
That's crazy.
That's why most of the times when you see the European designers dress all these celebrities and they come to the US, oh yeah, I'm not wearing that, that's gay.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's still fashion.
Yeah, do your thing.
Give them about
Yeah.
One of the celebrities that they look up to rock.
Now they gonna rock it.
It's good now. It ain't gay no more. You feel me?
That's crazy.
That's how fashion is.
Yeah.
But for me, I don't really allow outside influences to define my art.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't given to them, it was given to me to define.
Yeah.
Right? And it's a godly gift.
Yeah.
I look at creativity. Anything creative is godly. Anything creative is a part of who God is.
That's right.
So because you're helping to take nothing and make it something.
Yeah.
That's how I look at it.
That's
so
good.
Nobody defines that but me.
That's good. That's good. Okay, GeGe, let's get into this, man. How can I know you booked busy. I know you booked busy. So fashion, I'm gonna tell y'all right now. If you follow my first to do this, listen, it take a long time to make this happen. But I'm telling you right now, because I'm following you, be like, I'm taking no more clients, so we ain't gonna talk about how y'all think get over in fashion. But how can the people call me? They still gonna call. Now, how can the people get a hold of you, man? Like if they just especially when it comes to like the mental health piece of it, man. Are you taking any clients with that?
Yeah.
You are. Okay, got you. So how can they contact? What's your social handle?
Hit me up on Instagram under I am GeGe. That's GeGe Gilzene. And when you type it in, it'll pop up.
Yeah.
And you can add me from there. Then you can send me a DM. You don't even have to add me to send me a DM. You can send me a DM that, hey, I want to talk to you about some things, and I'll give you the best guidance possible. I don't turn anybody away because I don't like. When I was coming into the industry, a lot of the guys that I look up to do, they turned me away. They're like, oh, you got to figure it out yourself.
Wow.
I'm not that kind of guy.
Gotcha.
Because as far as I'm concerned, for me, my transference of knowledge only puts me in a better place because I'm helping to spread the wealth.
That's good.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't look at it like that. You can also send me emails at info@gegegilzene.com, or you can call my business line 770-378-0664. That's 770-378-0664.
That's good. That's good. Listen, man, GeGe, I appreciate you, my brother. This has been an awesome show. We're gonna have to do a part 2 because my man will spend some knowledge, and there was a whole bunch. You have to watch it on the Cluster Live. There's a lot that we was talking about even during the commercial breaks. That we got on the live. So it will be also available on the Cluster Live TV app on Roku. If you don't have it yet, download the Cluster TV app. We're going to get it on my channel. You can play it back on the podcast here on the Inspirational Love Hour on Hot 92.3. That's HOTT923.com. And we were talking about entrepreneurship, right?
Yes.
So with that being said, the 21st, we have Wine and Winning Conversation. That's Wine and Winning Conversation right here, 1895. With the AC. Yeah. We're going to be good. 1895 Phoenix Boulevard, College Park, Georgia. We're going to be right here. We're going to have some light hors d'oeuvres for you. It's going to be 6 to 9 p.m. here at the radio station, 1895 Phoenix Boulevard, College Park, Georgia. The 21st is a Friday. Every third Friday of the month, we're right here for Wine and Winning Conversations. I'm taking going down. This has been the Inspirational Love Hour. Brother, I appreciate you, man. Miss Sheila, I miss you. We're going to see you next week. We're going to get to it. Listen, we appreciate the video crew for coming out, man. We appreciate y'all brothers, man. And it's been a great show. It's been a great show, man. I'm your boy, Jay Shea. And so I got to do this before we get off this show. Let me find it real quick because we got the beginning affirmation. We say some stuff at the end. We go a little something like this out in radio land and also on TV. It says, I will live and not die.
I will live and not die.
I will win and not lose.
I will win and not lose.
I will walk and not faint.
I will walk and not faint.
I will love and not hate.
I will love and not hate.
And I will intentionally place myself around people who speak and believe the same thing. Listen, we had a great time here on the Inspirational Love Hour. It's Hot 92.3, your number one station for Dr. Tipper R&B. And don't forget, don't play yourself. Pray yourself. We out.
Y'all for hanging out with your boy and my beautiful co-host. Here this last